Hey guys, today in this video I am going to install this rack on this CRF250l Rally. Everybody needs a rack for a dual sport. This is a very versatile rack, and I think one of the things I really like is the gas can option that you can get for it, along with the idea that you can like lift it up using the rack. It's extremely stable, really easy to install, probably the easiest mod I've done on this bike. So let's get started on how to fit this Kemimoto rack on a CRF250l Rally. The rear of the bike, you should never carry stuff on the plastic if you don't want to damage it. So what we're going to do is install a bike rack from Kemimoto on here to support anything. You know, I plan on doing a lot of camping, and I need a way to carry my camping gear on the CRF250. As you guys know, the CRF250 makes a really good adventure bike. And this is the rack we'll be installing. So it's going to go into the existing holes that I have here. I'm going to remove the seat to make it a little bit easier, and it's going to stand out like this. Let's look at the rack up close and see a little bit of the details of it before we start. Kemimoto logo right here, and then you have, I think it's shipped pretty well. You know, I'm very pleased with it. The welds are excellent, and it comes with a bunch of bolts here. And we're going to remove all of this stuff and start putting it together. I've already undid the bolts here. There's 2 bolts on the side, and I'm just going to slide it. By the way, this is a seats concept seat for the CRF. I really recommend getting this as opposed to the stock seat. This is so comfortable. So it'll fit right here. There's an existing nut that a bolt is going to fit right through here. This is pretty much it. Jesus, that's a quick little mount. And then there's another hole here, so extremely easy to fit this. It's very well done. I am just going to put this here, line it up, see how it is. Cool thing about this Kemimoto rack is that you can put a bolt through the middle and have various accessories like gas tanks. Today I went riding with my friend Jeff, and he carries around a bottle of gas. You know, it's a professional bottle, but he carries it in a milk crate. And this is a much better option because you can put a flat gas cap that has a screw in the middle. You just bolt it on here, and you can put on top whatever you want. So that becomes a extremely usable feature from this rack that you don't see on other racks from other makers. What comes with the kit? 2 spacers. They are plastic spacers, 2 long bolts and 2 short bolts, 4 washers, and a key to tighten all these bolts. The 2 rear bolts with the nylon washers. Just tighten the bolts just a bit. So we're just going to put the seat on here, make sure it goes in between the plastic, how it normally is, and it should be a pretty straightforward fit. So it's loose, and we're just going to take our bolt, one of the washers, and you're just going to drop it into the bolt and then fit it through and find the hole. You can use the tool that they provided, but I find that these are just a little bit better. So our seat is on there. We're going to just slide it with the washer in there. Take our tool and just adjust it. Just tighten it. That's all you need to do. Really, literally, one thing we have to do is just tighten it. You might want to put some Loctite, but it's not really required. So now we're going to tighten this rear bolt. You don't want to over tighten it. Tighten the front seat bolt. And finally, we are going to just tighten the rear one. And one thing I like to do after everything is tight, just give it a nice tug. Looks really solid. I'm just going to do a 1/4 turn on all bolts. Really solid. Kemimoto did a great job swooping the design of this. One of the things I've seen racks, they look very industrial with like the racks are flat. This actually tapers along with the rack, the plastic of the bike itself. So it looks like it was made for this bike. The thing about this rack is that if you ever need to lift, it's nice to have a rounded edge like this so you can kind of manipulate the bike. This is better. Just this alone, having like the rounded feature of this is better. You can put your hand in the back of the rack and kind of lift up. The thing I really like about this Kemimoto, on Amazon you can order it and it's less expensive than most racks, but it's more versatile than other racks. One thing I like is that you can get an adapter that you can put here and you can buy a gas tank. There's a couple of sizes and you can put it here because you know this bike only has a 2-gallon gas tank. So if you get an external gas tank, it's a peace of mind type of thing. You can strap it onto here directly. You don't have to carry bottles all over your bike. Much easier. So that's how you install the Kemimoto rack on a CRF250. If you want to buy this rack, I am putting in a discount code in the description below from Kemimoto. So they're nicely giving a rebate to anybody that wants to buy this. It makes a really good rack. And the next video I'm going to do on this bike is doing a camping trip on it. That's why I wanted to get this, because the range on this bike is a little bit lacking. And I also want to be able to strap my bag with the camping gear and go off into the George Washington National Forest, camp out for a couple of days, come back. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want the rack, look in the description below, and I will see you in the next video.